Sam Elliott is more than a recognizable voice or a weathered face. He embodies the American West itself. From the quiet stoicism of small-town life to the weighty silence of Hollywood sets, Elliott has carried a lifetime of experiences that shaped him beyond the screen. His presence is not theatrical, but grounded, a rare combination of restraint and authority that commands attention without demanding it. Born into a disciplined household with parents whose expectations were exacting, Elliott learned early to move through life with careful observation, absorbing lessons silently. He did not chase fame, but quietly endured, cultivating a resilience that allowed him to remain authentic in an industry obsessed with appearance. Every role he played, every silence he held, reflects decades of experience, both personal and professional, that have shaped not only his career, but the subtle, commanding presence audiences recognize instantly. Early life in Sacramento and Portland. Sam Elliott entered the world on August 9th, 1944, in Sacramento, California, into a household shaped by discipline and quiet endurance. His mother, Glennie, a former state diving champion, ran life with meticulous precision, leaving little space for softness or hesitation. His father, Henry Nelson Elliott, a predator control specialist, carried a presence of quiet vigilance and unspoken expectation. Their El Paso roots added a layer of steadfast resilience, creating an environment where nothing was loud, yet everything was weighted with expectation. The family's move to Portland, Oregon, deepened Elliott's exposure to introspection and silence. The dimmed light and lower sky mirrored the gravity of his household life, teaching him to move through the world carefully, to know when to speak and when to remain unseen. These early experiences shaped his ability to carry emotional weight quietly, and later informed the depth he brought to acting, making him a man of profound presence long before fame arrived. The loss of his father and its lasting impact. At 18, Elliott faced the sudden death of his father, a man whose disapproval had long lingered silently. The heart attack left a vacuum of unresolved feelings, and there was no farewell, no closure. This experience cemented a central aspect of Elliott's character. He learned that some things could not be corrected or revisited. The realization that time cannot be reversed became a guiding force in both life and work. It instilled in him the discipline to move forward even when circumstances offered no answers. The absence of resolution fostered a unique resilience, a quiet inner code that would define his presence in Hollywood. Through long drives, silent rooms, and repetitive labor, Elliott learned to endure without recognition, understanding that persistence itself carries its own meaning. The lessons of his father's death, though painful, would ultimately inform the depth and authenticity that define his most memorable performances. Education and the search for self. Elliott's journey through education was not straightforward. Graduating from David Douglas High School in 1962, he enrolled at the University of Oregon, exploring English and psychology while searching for meaning. But academic environments offered little resonance. He felt erased rather than discovered. After 2 terms, he left, driven by a desire to preserve his sense of self, rather than conform to imposed expectations. Elliott's departure reflected an instinctive understanding of boundaries, of when to resist forces that threaten one's identity. Later, his enrollment at Clark College brought him closer to acting, performing in productions like Big Jewel and Guys and Dolls. Recognition came not from applause, but from the subtle affirmation of belonging, a quiet signal that he had found a space where he could exist authentically. These formative experiences honed his ability to observe, adapt, and persist, skills that would carry him through the unforgiving world of Hollywood. Early Hollywood struggles and the edge of visibility. Arriving in Los Angeles, Elliott encountered the harsh reality of the industry: repetition, obscurity, and labor without recognition. Long days with cement, dust, and physical toil contrasted sharply with the glimmer of film sets he could observe but not enter. His early experiences in films like Butch Cassidy and The Sundance Kid placed him on the periphery, visible yet absent, a silent observer in the shadow of stars. These moments taught Elliott patience and the value of endurance. Success was not immediate. He persisted without expectation of acknowledgement, developing a discipline that emphasized presence over performance. He learned that meaning was not always tied to recognition, and that a career could be built quietly through persistence and integrity rather than flamboyant pursuit. These foundational lessons became the essence of his professional identity, informing every role and every choice he would make in decades to come. Breakthrough roles and authority on screen. By the 1990s, Elliott's consistent work culminated in roles that solidified his screen presence. In Gettysburg, 1993, he portrayed John Buford with foresight and authority, carrying the weight of events before they unfolded. Tombstone that same year showcased his ability to anchor a film, embodying restraint and leadership without dominating the frame. Elliott's signature style, quiet, measured, unassumingly commanding, emerged fully. Audiences were drawn not to his lines, but to the gravity he brought, a reflection of decades spent observing and enduring in the background. These roles illustrated the culmination of a career built on discipline, presence, and persistence, turning what might have been overlooked into iconic performances. His ability to define a scene without overpowering it became a hallmark, a testament to the years of unseen labor that had prepared him for such moments. Recognition and late career achievements. Recognition came later in Elliott's life, not as a sudden validation, but as acknowledgement of decades-long endurance. His roles in A Star Is Born, 2018, and other late career performances earned acclaim, with the Academy finally nominating him for his work. His response, simple and clear, reflected the perspective shaped by years of persistent effort. It's about damn time. The acclaim was less about external validation than about a world finally noticing what Elliott had carried long before the spotlight acknowledged it. These moments underscore a key aspect of his legacy. True accomplishment is measured not by speed of recognition, but by the depth of sustained discipline and the authenticity one maintains throughout life and work. The philosophy of silence and observation. A defining trait of Elliott's career and character is his relationship with silence. Through early personal loss, professional obscurity, and decades of observation, he learned to inhabit quiet without desperation, to carry weight without expectation of acknowledgement. Silence became a tool for understanding, presence, and authority. It informed every role, every choice, and every interaction. Elliott's philosophy demonstrates that endurance, observation, and patience often yield more profound results than immediate visibility. His legacy is built on these principles, showing that true mastery of craft and life comes from what is carried, observed, and held with integrity over time. Legacy of a lifetime. Sam Elliott's legacy is not defined by fleeting fame or transient accolades, but by the accumulation of decades-long discipline, presence, and endurance. From the uncredited roles of the late 1960s to the commanding authority of late career performances, Elliott's work reflects a life lived fully and deliberately. His voice, presence, and choices embody a continuity of character, grounded in authenticity and patience. The weight he carries, forged in personal trials and professional persistence, shapes every role he undertakes. Audiences recognize him not only for his performances, but for the invisible depth behind them, a life of endurance, observation, and quiet resilience that cannot be replicated, only honored. Conclusion: the measure of endurance. Sam Elliott exemplifies the rare intersection of talent, persistence, and authenticity. His life and career demonstrate that true presence is cultivated, not granted, and that endurance carries its own profound authority. From early struggles in Portland to recognition on the global stage, Elliott's journey shows that the measure of a man is not in applause, but in the weight he bears silently and consistently. His story is one of unyielding commitment, quiet observation, and enduring impact, a blueprint for anyone seeking meaning beyond transient success, where the work and the life itself carry significance long before the world notices.